You may or may not know, but we have a LEGO Marvel CMF series coming later 2021. So as a resident comic book fan, I went through my long box and I wanted to see which 12 characters from Marvel would I like to see and who I think would be most likely to be made in this first CMF series based on Marvel. My prediction is that it's not going to necessarily be based on MCU. If you look at the DC CMF series, they were all based on old school characters, right? They had their older outfits. I went along with that same thought process, jumped in the way back, went through the long box, and came up with 12 characters from Marvel that I would like to see in the CMF series. Let's go ahead and start with character number 1. Vision. We have had Vision minifigs before, but not in his classic old school green, so I would like to see that. Next we have Namor. Namor is considered to be the first mutant, and since we should be having mutants become part of the MCU, I think that having the first mutant as a part of this first Marvel CMF series would be great. Speaking of that, the first family with Mr. Fantastic would also be a great minifig. And before anyone doubts LEGO's ability to make long elastic arms for him, please look at the Kamala Khan minifig, which does include those long bendy arms, but LEGO would only have to just recolor them from the red to the blue. And of course, I'm going to include a couple of villains here in my minifigure prediction here. We have Dr. Doom, the classic Electro, and of course, Galactus, the World Destroyer himself. Of course, I wanted to include Jean Grey as she is one of my favorite characters in the MCU, but deciding which of her mini costumes she has had over the years was quite difficult. So what I did was narrow it down to 3. Now I'm going to put her Marvel Girl costume on the list, but I would love it if they gave us the Dark Phoenix costume. The last handful of minifigs on this list are really not from any logic standpoint, but just minifigs and costumes that I would like to see. Miss Marvel in her black costume, Nova, Daredevil, I would love to see him in his yellow costume. Nightcrawler, I would love to see him in any costume. Really, he's my absolute favorite Marvel character ever. And then Maria Rambeau, I think as Spectrum would be a fantastic minifigure for the completion of this CMF series. And there you have it, folks. There are my 12 predictions for the CMF series. If I had to include a 13th, it would be Wanda, aka the Scarlet Witch. But let me know what your predictions are down in the comments below. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.